This is my ambient sounds data pack. But it has a bit of a problem. Yeah, there's some birds in the rafters here. Some of these sounds are actually really quiet. But the reason that that happens is because there's no way for it to distinguish between inside or outside. So that's what we're going to be tackling today. Can we figure out how to make the system understand inside? So consider this challenge for a moment. As a human, you or I have a very easy time determining whether something is inside or not. I just look around and it's like, yeah, we're inside here. There it goes again. And out there is obviously outside. But if you had to describe that to a computer using logic, how would you describe it? Like, how would you tell a computer that this is inside and that isn't? You know, you might start by saying, well, if there's a block above your head, that's inside. But then, wouldn't this be inside? It's like, oh, well, maybe if there's a block to the side of you, you know, like there's a wall. Well, where's the wall? Once again, like if I stand here, there's a wall over there. Am I inside now? And you can see like the logic gets quite tricky. So this is going to be very challenging. So for our starting point, we're going to need an armor stand. The fact that I have leaves in here makes the birds almost make sense. Not quite. Ah, there we go. So we're going to start with a more sophisticated version of the checking the block above. See, there's a cool command. We are in command block survival, so we have access to certain commands. There's a cool command called Spreadplayers. And Spreadplayers has this option called under, because the default of Spreadplayers, which is what we're going to be using, teleports things on top of stuff. So if we target this armor stand and I press enter, it should teleport it straight up if we're underneath something. So it detects that we're underneath a block. That is the same as before. But there's something cool we can do if we're under a tree. So the tree extends, what, 2 blocks out in each direction? Oh, you'll notice also there's no sounds at night because the birds are asleep. Cool little feature. I only really have the forest with any logic. That's the only biome that has any sounds so far. Very early data pack. But yeah, the tree goes out 2 blocks. So if we increase the range, see where it says max range down here? If we increase that range to 2 blocks, or no, 3, because we're counting the middle, I believe there's a pretty good chance that he actually stays on the ground. So we could potentially track him that way, because then we can say if there's any armor stand in a certain distance, like 4 blocks or something, boom, it says armor stand. So that means it would have triggered. So we could potentially use it that way. But as with any contraption, usually the thing you want to do is come up with a good idea and then figure out how to prove yourself wrong. So, I believe I figured out how to prove myself wrong here. This tree is a lot bigger than 2 blocks. So if we run this same command, and then we check how close he is, you'll notice it doesn't say armor stand. So it would think that we are inside right now, which of course we are not. In fact, where did the armor stand go? It's gone. Oh, there it is. Ow. Oh, that was a lot of damage. New plan, Ender Pearl. Now, where this really becomes a problem is if we try and accommodate this tree. So we got the trunk, 2, 4, 6. So we would need about 7. So we do that. It teleports to the ground, I think, over there. And we'll just set this distance to 8. Oh, it still doesn't find it? Oh, yeah, because there's some elevation here. There's another challenge. Not to mention there's a pretty good chance that if we were to run all this from inside a house, which is clearly inside with the 7, look at that, it finds the armor stand still, probably because it's like, yeah, right outside. So because the size of the trees, like branches and the size of a house are comparable, I think that Spreadplayers, at least in this iteration, is not going to work. All right, let's just do a little bit of data collection. So this is a house. It's weird enough that it might reveal some things. I'm just gonna look around for a second. Let's see if there's anything. Yep, there it goes. Anything that makes this unique. Walls, windows, ceiling. Oh, can we track skylight? The lowest this tree goes is 12. I can't think of any way that we could like get like light data. I'm looking over here, by the way. I should have started with that. 11 sky. So if we stand right next to the window, it's 12. Oh, wait, it's still 11. That's less than the tree. Oh, indeed. Oh, if there was a way to track that. I mean, because obviously there's daylight detectors, right? Like we can track skylight with a daylight detector just fine. Oops, I forgot redstone. Hard to visualize anything when there's no connection. So like we can see how much light is being, like how much exists at this spot of the daylight detector, but we can't just go around placing daylight detectors every time the player's walking, you know? Because this calculation has to happen like every time that sound goes off, the calculation has to happen. It needs to say, are we inside or not? So we can't just have the player, you know, wandering around outside and all of a sudden just a random like all of Can you imagine that? You just walk around, there's a daylight detector, you're like, what? And you like look at it and it's gone already. That would be really distracting. Okay, look what I found on the predicate page of the wiki. If we take a look here at location check and expand this and scroll down, we can see light. The light at the location. Okay, let's reload. And we'll just set up a test command block here. And then we just need to add in our predicate, which I called light 1215 because it checks between light if the light is between 12 and 15. Now it is possible that this might not work. Oh wait, I was thinking of advancements. Boom, there we go. So if we turn this to repeating, okay, we can turn this back on. And I believe if we go hide in darkness, it'll turn off. Yeah, okay, sweet. So it's detecting whether we're in dark or light now. Okay, so I set up a chain now, and it should tell us when we are outside versus inside. Yeah, so right now it says inside. The trouble though that I'm discovering is if we get really close to this torch, it says outside. So it's kind of working because like a lot of area inside is not right next to torches. But there is a little bit of an issue there. So it can't distinguish between the skylight and the block light. So it must just be taking the max of either one. Which is a bummer. We were so close to a solution there. Man, I really like that ambience though, right? It's really nice. We're gonna need to think of something else. Maybe we could combo this with something. Oh, here's an interesting idea. Okay, so block light can only max out at 14 because the blocks themselves are the 15. So then as soon as it goes one block away, now it's 14. Same for torches. Actually, torches I think are a little less. I think torches actually start at 14. But outside we have 15. So we could just try distinguishing between 15 Wait, let me make that change and let's just walk around and see if it's weird. Reload. And then, as soon as we go under a tree, it will say inside. So it's kind of similar to like testing for the block above, except for it's certainly a lot more simple to test for light like this than like testing for blocks above our heads, because that's that's testing for like, you know, 256 blocks. That's a very expensive calculation. So we might use this as our backup, but it's a little weird if it's like, oh, you're inside right now. It's like, well, I don't know about that one. Man, when it's night, it breaks it too. See, it's just always saying inside. Oh, you know what? We might side quest here. I think this thing needs a little bit of help. The thing about this Enderman device is it's supposed to aggro the Enderman onto the Endermite. Trouble is, I don't know if you could see that when he was teleporting around, but he was angry at the Endermite, but he was getting teleported more because the splash bottles were hitting him. So, while I'm thinking about the inside-outside thing, maybe let's just do an easier problem. Kind of let our subconscious work on it, you know? So this should be pretty simple to solve. We just need some Enderman data. Specifically their anger. Oh, anger time. So hopefully this isn't too intensive. This is our Enderman searching thing right now. And at the end, we're going to add an NBT. And generally, NBT lookup is a little bit expensive. Hopefully, because we're only looking through Enderman, it's going to be okay. But this will only trigger on anything that's not angry. Or wait. Is that what we want? Yeah, that's what we want. So if they're not angry, their anger time will be 0, of course. And then it can re-aggro them. And additionally, if we're like fighting them, then that will... they won't automatically get pulled away. So then I just got to do that to all of these. Okay, this is just a potion, so that doesn't need it. And I think everything else is good. So we actually only had to change 2 command blocks. Even easier than expected, if it works. Where am I getting the data from this Enderman? I'm pretty sure he's in range. Let's just check his position data. Okay, 316, 44, negative 275. Yeah, because he's not showing up. Oh, I don't know if that's the same one. Yeah, hey, that worked. As soon as they're actually angry at him, then it stops just spamming the water bottles everywhere. By the way, this contraption, this doesn't actually like destroy the Endermen or anything. The trade-off is that it sends them to the end, so then we have to just deal with them later. It's kind of like a method of moving them. Pretty fun little contraption. Let's just double check this Enderman. He's still there. Okay, this might be a separate issue then. Okay, so these are our 2 numbers. I'm gonna just double check and see. Oh wait, everything might be normal. 47 and then plus 223. That's what the DX is. It's direction in the X. Direction in X direction. That's not the short version of it, but whatever. It's basically 47 plus 23. So that's what? 70? Which is definitely less than 316. So this guy might actually be out of range. But now I'm kind of curious. Maybe he should be in range, you know? Because the whole point... X direction is this way. The whole point is that they're not just like destroying our island, you know, piece by piece like Endermen usually do. And instead we're moving them over to the end, you know, their natural habitat, so to speak. Okay, so 316 should be... Oh, that's weird. We're in the beach, but it's still playing the forest sound. I guess because it's forest right here, probably. Yeah. I do like the ambient noises. Obviously, it needs some refinement. 316 negative 275 is like here-ish. Oh, that's definitely not part of the island. Oh, that's fine. Okay, cool, cool. Oh man, I love that. I'm curious what you guys think of the ambient sound stuff. Like, is that something you'd be interested in using in your world? Because it takes a lot of work to do, you know, each biome and like cut all the sounds up and do everything. So there's a lot more motivation if it's something that you guys are interested in. Let me know in the comments, or even if you like hearing it in the videos too. But yeah, seems like we got the Enderman thing figured out. I'm kind of waiting for another one to spawn just to really like, you know, see it in action. 100% certainty type thing, you know? Yeah, that is it right there. Perfect. He was able to walk straight there. It looks so much more intense or ominous because he actually has time to walk. Sweet. All right. Gonna check that one off the list. I got a to-do book here, and that was one of the items that I really wanted to fix. Here we go. Only summon water bottles on non-angry at Enderman. You can tell I didn't know what the tag was called. Oh. So back to the whole inside-outside thing. I'm really having to stretch my brain on this. So I've been looking up in the sky a lot. And then I was like, what if I look at my feet? So I'm like looking down, and there's grass, okay, some sand. And then I was like, wait a second. What if some of these tags over here are consistent among like naturally spawned blocks, like sand and grass and even snow from the snow golems that used to be here. Maybe we could like combo that with the 15 skylight level. Because for example, if we're under a tree, that 15 sky level is not triggering, but we're standing on grass. And then the idea is if it's not light level 15 and we're not standing on grass, then presumably we are inside. Now this isn't completely perfect. Or, well, actually maybe it is. Because see, like here, the floor is grass because I'm lazy. So this would count as outside. But now that I'm thinking about it, the whole goal is like, do we get bird sounds in here? Or any ambient sounds? And it would actually make sense if we did get some sounds in here because it is grass. So it's like, yeah, birds might hang out in here. This isn't like totally, you know, they might be up in the rafters of this area while they wouldn't really be hanging out much over here, presumably. So it actually could work. I'm trying to narrow down the tags here. Ooh, this one has very little. Mineable pickaxe, that's like every single block. Overworld carver replaceable, that might work. Because this carver thing is a world gen thing, meaning natural blocks. So that's a possible. Skulk replaceable. Yeah, like I keep seeing skulk replaceable pop up, either world gen or just regular. And I'm starting to think that the skulk replaceable tag might be the trick. Okay, check this out. So we got like stone, granite, andesite, tough, like all this stuff, netherrack, gravel, all very natural sounding blocks. Even moss, mud, soul sand, end stone, all things that would be outside. And the cool thing is, I'm pretty sure this will actually fix a bug with this system. You can see that it detects night as inside. That's a problem. So if we're checking for natural blocks when the block light is not 15, then it would count this as being outside because we're on grass. But then as soon as we step over here, we would be inside, which is correct. There are some flaws like this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, skulk replaceable. This would count as outside, which is not quite accurate, but it would be accurate with pretty much everything else. You know what? Let's just give it a shot so we can visualize it and see how good or bad it is. So it says I'm outside. Yeah, when I walk on this thing, I'm inside. Outside, 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 outside. When I jump, I'm inside. That's easily fixable. I mean, I could check down another block as well if I really wanted to. So then as soon as I cross this threshold, oh, inside. Outside, wait. Oh, yeah, this is what I said. That would be outside. So then this is all inside though, right? Ooh. The cool, see the most like brain busting part of this, like exciting part of this is the fact that we basically are using two checks, two predicates to determine this. Wait, inside, outside. Oh, yeah, because this is stone. Yeah, because that's something I did not think about. We're going to get a false positive in here, aren't we? This little cave area. Outside. Aha. Okay, this is what we were looking for. Some unforeseen consequences. Now, generally, if you're standing on stone, there's a pretty good chance you're in a cave, I feel like. I'm trying to think of other scenarios where you would be standing on stone. It wouldn't be 15 skylight. Ooh, wait. A gravel mountain at nighttime. Oh, wait, but that's above Y64, though, still. Oh, now this is funny. I didn't even realize this. Look at how it says I'm outside. It's because there's stone underneath here because I cheaped out. So you'll get bird noises or whatever other ambient noises if you if you haven't like replaced everything with like normal building blocks. That's actually kind of funny. I might leave that. Wow, they can track from a long ways. Oh, that's so much cooler. They just like can sense him and like, whoa. Okay, that is a very cool effect. Oh, I added in leaves now, so, because that seems like a natural block to me. So even when we're standing on here and we're underneath leaves, it'll still say that we're outside. So that makes sense, I think. No, I did not expect that glitch. The good news is, as soon as he gets bored, he'll teleport. Yep. And there he goes. So it's not actually a problem. That's a funny thing that can happen, though. There's a lot more interaction now. It's like we can actually see what's happening instead of them just randomly teleporting. Definitely glad with that change. So I updated the commands, and now you can actually jump. Well, that's interesting. It's hitting the torch, I think, and it's counting it as inside. But these are very unique. Most worlds probably will not have these kind of things. And at the top, because the thing is, we're not normally going to be testing constantly. We'll probably just be testing when that bird or the burb text runs. But yeah, so now we can jump around and we're actually still outside, which is how it should be. So I was going to fix this cave issue of being outside with a simple like Y thing. So like if it's less than 63, we're inside. But what about a cave that's above 64? So this is just a nearby area. It's actually a pretty tall area. You'll notice we're at Y100 over here. Oh boy, there's a creeper. And my guess is this does not go beneath Y64. Yeah, like look right here. Well, you can't look if there's no torch. There we go. Yeah, so it's saying I'm outside here, which is just not correct. I'm definitely inside of a cave. Oh, this is a dangerous cave. Oh my goodness. And poisoned immediately. But like once again, it's counting me as outside. So it would be playing like bird chirp noises to me, which is like, I don't know about that exactly. Like we've got most of it working, but if caves aren't right, oh, it's just, we need to figure this out. So what makes being in a cave different than being underneath a tree in a way that we can describe it to a command block very simply? Did you hear that? I only just barely started recording, but yeah, I mean, like that just makes no sense down here. It sounds like the bird is inside of the wall. You know, I wonder if I was maybe too aggressive with counting things as natural blocks, because like stone is not often going to be underneath a tree. Oh, except at night though. Oh, then we would want the stone. The bird noises are a little strange in the acacia area. I feel like there should be like ravens or hawks or something. Okay, I think I spread my net too wide when I picked Skulk Replaceable, which included stone. So I refined it a little bit by using one that doesn't even show up here. Basically, it's bamboo plantable on, which includes most of the common stuff we're going to be seeing around here, like grass, sand, and the variants of both of those, dirt, mud, you know, that kind of stuff. And because we have this set to work with a forest biome, the likelihood of finding a cave that's above Y64 is basically non-existent. Unless I suppose you're using amplified, which most people don't. The other reason I think this is good is I think it's a good idea to err on the side of being inside. So what I mean by that, I can actually show you right here. So if we stand... wait, let's stand underneath something. Oh wait, I wasn't far enough under it. Here we go. So I'm inside right now because it's assuming that this diorite block is like an inside type of block, like in quotations. And so what inside is going to do is it's going to make sounds not happen rather than making sounds happen. So, you know, if it was telling us this was inside, we'd be hearing all kinds of bird noises in here, which we don't want. But if this is incorrectly telling us that we are inside right here, it's just going to not play sounds. So that's why it's better to err on the side of inside, I think. Let's just double check we're good here and go over to the little mini cave. I believe this is going to count as inside. Yep. So standing on stone isn't going to be enough to count it as outside. There has to be other things. And I think for like in the future, if we made a different biome, we could probably add in a special case to check for those. But given that we are in the forest, I think this is probably the best case scenario. And it is a really, really good scenario in my opinion. Oh, actually, I don't even think I mentioned. I actually started working on this project in like 1.13 or older a long time ago, years ago. And I stopped working on it. And one of the reasons was because you couldn't identify inside or outside very easily. And look at this. One episode, we managed it. That's crazy. My mind is kind of blown. I was trying to challenge myself, but I didn't know how it could get done. There was definitely a chance that we could have failed, but it is looking really nice. I'm very happy with it. Okay, cool. I updated the data pack. Oh, we can see the Enderman going. So the bird sounds are now linked to being outside or inside when we're in the forest. So right now we're outside, of course. Hear the sounds. And do we get perfect peace inside of here? I think what'll happen is it'll say burb in chat and then it won't play the sound because that's what it's been doing. Oh, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything. It works. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. Wow, that was actually a huge challenge. I cannot believe that we actually did that in like basically 3 commands or 3 predicates. The light predicate, the natural block under, which we changed to be bamboo plantable on, and the jump one, which is pretty much just a copy of this, but it checks for air and the natural block. Ah, yes. Beautiful bird sounds. Cool. What a way to end it. Wow. That was an accomplishment. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. It was a lot of fun to make. Very satisfying to make, too. I didn't really think we could do it. And here we are. But that's going to do it for me. I hope you enjoy the beautiful ambient sounds. I'll catch you in the next one. Later, later.